Hi Girl Scouts, this is Kathy Reisenweber, After School Program Facilitator at Girl Scouts of Western New York. And today we are going to do a DIY wind chime from things we find outside in nature and around your home. Okay, so this is going to be your finished product. Something similar to this. Okay, here it makes lots of noise. So we're going to go through some supplies first of what you need. Now I have a stick here that I just gathered from outside. Remember to use your leave no trace behind principles. Okay. And I have also rocks that you can collect from outside. Have them be kind of smaller size because it'll weigh down your wind chime. Things from around the house you can use. I have paper clips. So I kind of grouped them together. That one. This one's by itself. I had bells. I got some bells in there. I have this little clamp. Not sure what it is, but I found it in my husband's things. But be sure to ask your mom and dad before you take things like this to make sure that it's not something that they need. This is also another one. Make sure you ask your mom and dad. This is an old key. It's not to anything, so I'm using an old key. So be sure to ask your mom and dad so you're not using the house key. That would be a bad thing. Okay. We're also using, you can use a ribbon, or you can use this cording, you can use twine, you can use a small thin rope, anything that you have that you can tie up your items to your branch. If you don't have a branch where you live, you could also use a coat hanger or wooden dowel. Just make sure you ask your mom or dad or a responsible adult if you can use that item. If you use a coat hanger, you could use that. The hook part will be nice that you can hook it outside to a tree, on a branch. Some of these wind chimes, be aware that if you're going to have it outdoors, that it can withstand some of the weather. So rocks and metal will be pretty good to withstand the weather. Plastic, you can have beads. Just be careful with the glass because they will be blowing against each other. You can have nails, screws, bolts. Possibilities are endless. So once you have everything set, you will need a pair of scissors to cut your rope, twine, ribbon, whatever you're using. But once you have your items, go ahead and we're going to see what noises they make together. So here I have my rock and my key. So when the wind does blow, I can hear what it makes. So here's my bell alone will make a sound. So if I had a paper clip next to it, it would help make a little bit noise with it. So I kind of did some of these steps for you. So you may want to pause this or watch it over again. So I cut my ribbon, your string, anywhere from 6 to 12 inches, depending on how long you want it and how well you can tie your knots. If it's too much when you tie the top knot, you can always trim it off at the end. So just be aware of how much ribbon that you have or rope you have to tie it. You can have them be different lengths. You can have them be the same length. Just be aware if you have something like a key that really isn't going to make too much noise by itself, that I have something near it that if it clings together, it'll make a sound. So these two I may want to put the same length on my wind chime. Right? So when you're tying these, you're going to tie it once like you're tying your shoe, and then you're going to double knot it. So then you tie it again like you're tying your shoe. And that will give you, and you just pull it really tight, and that's going to give you a knot on your item. If you have something like a rock, you really have to wrap it around, and it's can get a little awkward, so you may need help from a parent, older sibling to help you with that, okay? So once you've tied all your items, and you've cut your ribbon and you've tied them all, then it's time to tie it on your stick. So don't forget, when you're tying it on your stick, you're going to make sure that everything is spaced out. And it's up to you how much you want it spaced out. You can space them out anywhere from like 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch to maybe an inch, depending how many items you have that you want to put on your stick. And like I said, I'm using a stick that I found just outside of my yard. And I'm just going to tie this. And some of mine are going to be different lengths. Some are shorter, some are longer. I may have extra string at the top. I can leave that. Just adds a little more color to it for me because I use different colors. If you don't have different colors and you're going for the natural look, that's fine as well. Just going to tie these up. And now is the perfect time to have wind chimes because it's springtime, and I know right now we're dealing with some kind of different weather here in April. Snow, rain, sometimes a little warm, so you never know. But this can be out there for your whole summer. Or you can keep these in your room. So these would be nice if you hung them on your doorknob in your bedroom. So when you're going in and out and you're closing your door, you can hear a little noise. Or in the back of your door, really anywhere that you would want to have these. I got one more. So once you tie all of these, you're going to have another piece of your string, ribbon, your twine, and we're going to use that to hang up your wind chime outside, or if you're hanging it inside. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is you kind of want to have to balance it. So some of these are really short on this one. So everyone's is going to be different. It's going to be unique. And I did forget one. I'll put that on. So mine's kind of heavy on this side because I have this rock. Okay. And you can have it so it's kind of slanted a little bit. So have you seen those? Okay. So I'm just going to tie this ribbon. And the ribbon that you're using to tie for your tree, it's really going to be dependent upon where you're going to hang it. Okay, so I'm kind of just loosely doing mine. And mine's going to be really crooked. I'm just trying to find the balance. So actually my balance would kind of be right here. So kind of use your hand, use your ribbon. This may need somebody else to help you find where it would balance. Or if it's a little crooked, it'll just really blow in the wind if you're having it outside. Okay, so there's my wind chime. This was my first one that I did. And you can see they're already moving around and hitting each other. This one, I have them really close. This one's further apart. So I hope you had fun. I hope you make your DIY wind chime and spread some Girl Scout love. Thank you.